love this day. I love this day. Let's get over here and take a look at the water. We ought to be able to see the rapids. See, they're all froze up. They're still pretty. So back in the day, the mill wheel would have sat right about there, and the water, there's like a raised area that runs all along the river, and the water would have picked up and ran as it comes down the hill. It would have ran along that raised up area right over in through there and fell down and turned around that mill wheel, and then that would have come back in here to the river. Mr. Matthews is the man that owns that. We got a place called the Matthews Museum right around the corner, and they have just a whole museum full of stuff that he built and collected. He did things like, you know, he was a violin maker. He made wagons. He invented things. I've been told all the tools are still inside that building. I don't know if it's true or not. I know one time there was a flood and there was old wagon wheels floating around down in that below part down in there, but I ain't never messed around over there. I know who owns it now. I didn't used to. I know they don't like you messing around over there much, but I go to church with a fella that owns that building. It could be bought pretty reasonable. It's one of them buildings where it would take a bit of a commitment. You know, the bones are still good. It's literally leaning right out over the river. You couldn't ask for a more beautiful spot, but you'd have to do some investing. It's got a foundation like mine, all stones and everything. And you'd have to do some investing to be able to, you know, save that building and make it into something. And of course you can tell the roof is starting to go. There's some holes up there in that part of the roof you can see even with the snow. So it's I don't know if anybody's ever gonna come along and save that or not. It'd be nice if they did. I don't know if I can get to this building at all or not. Depends on who's pushed snow where. It used to be a few years ago you could see old wagon wheels and stuff down in that part, but I don't see so much there now. I don't know if I could walk over there and get close enough to look in a window or not. This is my other neighbor's house. A nice fella from New Hampshire bought that. He's been fixing it up, but I ain't been in there. Now see, from this here angle, if I can zoom y'all, where you can see through that window, you can see some old lights hanging inside that window. My other neighbor up on the hill there told me that they used to run that whole building, the big old workshop and everything in there back in the day, and run the whole building off 60 amps. Had all kind of belts and tools and interesting machinery and stuff like that. I don't know what's still there, if anything. I've been told different stories. Somebody told me everything that was ever in there is still in there, and somebody else told me that the kids hauled off, you know, tons and tons of things for sheet metal. So, I mean, not sheet metal, but basically for scrap metal. So, who knows what's left and what ain't. You just never know. You just never know. Anyway, it's a lovely old building, and I'd love to see somebody get it and make a commitment to fixing it up. Like I say, I was talking to Tow Wrecker about this a while back, but you know, it would take somebody to come up and spend some money to do it. And I hope they'll do it. If they're ever gonna, I hope they'll do it soon before it falls down. So you can see where the water comes under the bridge and it disappears under the ice, comes back out down there. Not a whole lot more you can see from this angle. Probably a pretty interesting view from under the bridge, if you could get under the bridge and cross back over to the other side here. There's a little bit more to see over here with the rapids and everything. You can still see a little bit of the old sign, E.A.Matthews and Son. That was his shop. Pretty sweet stuff.